Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here on a Friday, and can you believe it's 6:30 and it's not 1 o'clock? We didn't have a Sorare deadline show today. We had it last night. In case you missed it, feel free to go and check out me and Harry Trades. We were live last night getting ready for the game week that we're all in, whether we realised it or not. But today, guys, Sorare dropped some intel, some news, some nuggets of details. I have listened to 36 and a half out of the 42-minute blog. I've podcast, I beg your pardon. I've not read anything from them yet. So this will be a bit of a live unboxing, a little bit of a live review with it, as it were. We also have, for any of you that are watching this after we've been live, we'll also be doing a draw for someone to win the Sakura Special Edition Sorare shirt from the 5-year anniversary video last week. Lots of you guys entered it. This is going to be a beauty on whoever wins it. Good luck to you all. And we'll draw that before we finish up here today. But yeah, we've got a wee bit of announcement stuff to unbox. I was planning on, I kind of alluded in the deadline show last night to what I wanted to do today. So I was planning on coming on live anyway. But we'll maybe delay that to Monday. Maybe record it or we'll go live Monday. And we'll go through that in a bit more detail. We bit of market trading, we bit of hustling and bustling. Good to see you, David Taylor. Look forward to hearing the feedback. Me too. Can't wait to find out what it is. Liam, good to see you. Fully as well. Sorare Free Cash. Boyson, Mr. Foot Lovers, good to see you. Mikey Basson, as always, in the house. As Josh Tilley. As Mikey Basson, have you changed your username? Am I tripping here? Tatos as well, good to see you. Am I going to sign the shirt? Well, if somebody asked me to, I would, but I would never plan on defaming it personally. So I think we actually had a chat box that we could put on screen, didn't we? Was that on this system or was that in the other one? Chat. Yeah, there's not a flip button here. I thought we had a nice wee chat box that we're managing to get on screen, but maybe not. Maybe that's the other system. I might need to change systems. I quite like that little chat box. Anywho, all the names have changed for me. Yeah, that's yeah. YouTube have changed their names to like handles. I wasn't sure because Mikey, you had an impersonator before. Do you remember that? Mikey had a. It's not quite a parody account, but an impersonator. We had somebody catfishing as Mikey. Right, so first of all, we had the pitch notes come out. And this is where they just tell us about some of the glamorous changes on site. We now get a nice overview for L15. L15 graph visibility is one of the main elements here. We get a market credit update. Okay, so all credits that you own or win as a reward before September 2nd expire in 45 days, starting today. So the 45-day counter has begun as of now. Starting the 3rd of September, any credits expire after 30 days. This was previously announced to be 15. So they've heard the feedback and they've altered to try and accommodate everyone. The AMA, I highly recommend it. I've got one timestamp I'm going to pull out from it. It's a nice thumbnail that they managed to put together as well. Quite enjoyed everything I've heard so far. Common gameplay seasonal transition update. So your common experience gets a fresh start on July 31st, which is a month or so from now. We'll reset for the new season, but your legacy lives on. You'll receive a common season start box based on the collection size. And yeah, so there's a wee bit of farming to be done if you want to get into the common mode next season to make sure you get a big start box there from them. MLS common cards and competition sunset. What the hell is competition sunset? We announced we are launching adding MLS common gameplay. This new season reset, the MLS common cards and competition will be phased out on July 31st. We found that the common gameplay works better when all leagues follow the same seasonality. Mixing leagues with different calendars have proven challenging. On July 31st, all MLS common cards will be locked in your visible collection alongside the yada yadas, and it will contribute to the quality of the season star box you'll receive. Since this change comes mid-season, we'll refund all gems used to open MLS packs. Cool. Warm-up competition ends. Was it still on? Fair enough. And yeah, that's pretty much the size of it. I do think the market credit move here is interesting. So just thought I'd put that up first. And this is the actual Sorare 26 gameplay update. Key details revealed on Super Rare and Unique, which I know has been a bit of the talk of the town. So let's have a wee peek. Below, we have provided important context for some changes and offer more clarity from what to expect for Unique and Super Rare holders. The collection update, the rules. As a reminder, these updates won't come into play for MLS. We also released a new podcast. Check it out. And there was a nice kind of reference to this that I've got a timestamp for. Classic gameplay. Let's start with a change based directly on your feedback. We heard concerns around classic card utility, and they're excited to share that we've decided super rare and unique competitions will not be merged in classic gameplay. Interesting. To recap, super rare and unique will each keep their own classic comps. Good. You'll play 7 player lineups. Each scarcity will have a dedicated All-Star U23 and Champion in Europe classic comps. Since the scarcities remain separate, no reward boost will apply when playing a unique in the super rare comp. Cool. I think that's a kind of positive development. Unique reward boosts. And in-season comps, super and unique will be merged, so they're not U-turning on that. This merged structure allows us to build more meaningful prize pools and better progression from super rare to U. That doesn't take away the importance of unique cards, both in season and classic. We are now able to clarify how unique cards will unlock significantly higher rewards. Here's how the unique reward bonus system works. 80% for each in-season unique card, plus 20 for... Yeah, there we go. So we were chatting about that on the Deadline show last night, that the in-season unique actually had nothing as a bonus, as a special superpower, compared to a classic unique, but it very much does, you know, so it can be quite powerful if you have a full unique lineup. Yeah, and I think they speak about this on the blog, that first place in Premier League competition will be $5,000 for a full super rare lineup. A full in-season unique lineup, we get 25k. Punchy. Plus 20% bonus per classic unique card. Nice, that's good. First place in the Premier League will be with 3 in-season supers and 2 classic uniques. The 5,000 would be 7,000. Nice. These examples don't include the ceiling bonus, which kind of comes into that as well. Collections update, super and unique collections will remain separate, but because both scarcities now compete in the same lineups, we're aligning the collection bonus rules to keep things fair, whether you field mostly supers or mostly U's, or a mix of both. We are revising the collection point matrix to make it easier for managers to reach higher reward bonuses, strengthen the market, unlock, yeah. New collection bonus milestones. It's not really different, is it? I don't know what's different there. Is it? It's 200 rather than 250? So they're actually changing the value on holding and owning the cards. Shorten the window from 90 days to 30 days, which is good. Cool. Cool. I might be gaining some XP then. I've got some nice super rare collections. And this is uniques as well, of course, but... Okay. All unique bought on the secondary market. A unique at auction. 2 super rare cards that allow 1% instantly bought at the market. We believe that these tweaks, these changes go live. MLS collections, Summer League special comps. Yeah, so there will be changes for JK, Argentina, and Norway, unlike MLS. So because Contender's been shelved, those leagues will find themselves exclusively in the new mode, whatever that might be. And they're going to do some special comps to kind of ease the pain for anyone involved. Unique Summer League special event, unique only for those competitions. 4 in season, max 1 classic. Chunky prize pool, probably won't be that hotly contested. And yeah, I think that's about the size of it. I think this is kind of good overall, that they've listened to feedback and that there's been real efforts made to revalue the unique stuff or whatever. The one timestamp I did have,
and we want to be,
was at the 25-minute mark. I can't remember actually now that was after I've read all that, but let's hear it.
make sure whatever we introduce adds a lot of value.
Oh, that's what it was. They talk about subs, right? So they mentioned in the podcast here around the 25-minute mark that they're talking about DNPs and how it's been a constant problem, and there's a whole spectrum of Sorry, the chat's absolutely ran away from me, guys. There's a bunch of you here. Fist bumps, please do smash the like button if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube. Goes a long way supporting the channel. But they talk about the DNP problem, and they basically say we're getting subs. This wasn't mentioned in the blog. We've just read it, obviously. But yeah, let's hear it from Tolga.
And doesn't create a lot of pain. So what I can say is that we're leaning this season. We were testing it. We did rolling locks, the flexible entrance, and we want to be very, very careful. Solve it. Especially with So7 in the classic mode, there's more players that you're lining up, and there's a higher chance for DNPs. I will say, from a designer standpoint, for the user, DNP is an extremely frustrating pain point, and we really want to solve it. However, it's a pretty dicey subject. Like, if you look at the community, there's like 5 different ideas for it, all ranging from keep it to completely revamp the experience, and we want to be very, very careful. We have to, understand here that DNP, if we add idea of a sub, it's an irreversible decision. It'll hurt a lot for if we introduce it and then it doesn't work and we take it away. And so we have to be
very valid point, by the way. They don't want to do something they have to, undo later.
Very careful, be very gradual with how we kind of introduce it. And as you saw throughout the past season, we were testing it. We did rolling locks, the flexible entry in the Champions League midweeks, where you can kind of enter at any time before the game starts. You can sub players out. We got a lot of feedback from there. And so you see, we're kind of testing more. Like with the arena, there's anytime entry, so you can enter throughout the game week, but you can't change your players afterwards. And so we're learning, and we're trying to be very, very cautious, because, we're the stewards of this live game, and it's for the community, and we have to make sure whatever we introduce adds a lot of value and, doesn't create a lot of pain. So what I can say is that we're leaning towards one decision. We're still testing and exploring, but we will introduce a sub. There's going to be some limitations, some handicaps. I can't go into details, but we want to address that real bad pain point for a lot of users, especially new and existing users. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think also to maybe summarize, not to summarize, but to suggest what's coming, or how we've been thinking about a DNP solution, is that if you do decide to make the sub, there's a, for lack of a better word, like a small sacrifice, if you like. Like, it's not something that's it's a decision.
Yes, exactly. It's a handicap. Sorry, that's what I meant. Like a handicap. And the reason also, like, we don't want to just introduce it right away at the start or introduce it now, is that, users might be frustrated with the pace that we're going, and that we're eventually leading to for solving the DNP issue, but we can't guarantee like a great change that'll affect like widespread like celebration. So it's a very sensitive topic, so we have to go very slowly, very gradually, because it's an irreversible decision. So we're taking our time, but yes, it'll be some kind of handicap that you can use, that you have to sacrifice. You can't just reward people for using the 6th slot, but
for using the 6th slot.
Okay, great.
So nice little bit of detail there. So Classic is firmly going to be SO7. In season is still going to be firmly SO5, but it sounds like there's a 6th slot. Are we going to be, like Laird and the boys have been talking about, do we like put an Mbappe and a Kane together? Then you're a bit dicey, but one of them will play and you'll be fine. Or is this a ad hoc situation where it's like, oh crap, he's not in the team. Quick, let me go and save my lineup. Be interesting to see, but he does say 6th spot there, and he does say, and we're leaning towards one solution, and it could be the sub. I do still quite like the rolling locks and late entry thing for league specific stuff, MLS, Champions League, Premier League. I still don't mind that, to be honest with you, but maybe it just gets a little bit too muddy in terms of what you can do and what competition and what cards are allowed for it and all that kind of thing. They need to watch more of the Devils. I don't know what that means. So yeah, quite a little bit there to chew on. Let's keep your thoughts and feelings coming. There's going to be further announcements. I think we're also still waiting on the prize pool announcement, the proper details of when all they've had their conversations with their partners. I just got to the bit at the very end. I think it's like the last couple of minutes or so where they're talking about Serie A. So I've not heard that part of the podcast. Yeah, no sub for classic. Yeah, I think not. I think I've always said that I always used to say it about All Star in the old mode, but now it's kind of like classic, but it's hardcore mode. You know, it's survival of the fittest. It is bare knuckle boxing, and yeah, maybe they make in season a bit more user friendly, a little bit kid glove, a little bit, you know, not as hardcore. You know, essentially, I don't mind that on general premise, to be honest with you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings. I've not got any major takeaways from this. I think the move to make uniques unique again, not even make unique great again, just make uniques unique again, is a nice swift move for them. And they've also had this up their sleeve as a plan B. Some of this was probably further details that they could have shared at the time that they reserved for whatever reason until now. But this is quite chunky. This is quite juicy. I don't know if this really does make you want to buy a unique, other than if you're buying them anyway. But you can tell there's a lot of effort and energy went into this, you know, which I think is the main thing. When people are concerned, they don't want just fobbed off or palmed off with the, oh, we can't do that, or, oh, we tried and it didn't work. They want to see effort, you know, and it's kind of hard to say that that's not here. And yeah, for the leagues that are getting the goalpost changing on them, they'll get some special utility for the meantime, which is a nice idea, a nice kind of incentive. And uniques will get the same as well. Perhaps. I'm not too sure the impact this has on, like, I think the area of the market has been screwed for a while anyway. Like, super rares and uniques have not been what they should be for a while. I'm not sure this further detail really makes any significant difference to super rares individually. It also makes a huge difference to uniques because their market has been all over the place, for better or worse. But look at Messi under a G. How much should these cards really be? I suppose is part of it as well, because of how much you can win. But like, yeah, super rares used to be in a totally different stratosphere. Wow, Josco the Bosco under 5. So yeah, I'm not too sure it really makes much of a difference to the supers. The uniques, on the other hand, I think the business that people have seen, the traction in the market for uniques, it's probably going to dry up now, because it was just a little bit of one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, people totally threw the toys out the pram, sold a lot of uniques and stuff like that very quickly. And I think some people were able to capitalize upon that and get some really good buys in. But I'm not so sure that will lie around as much anymore. And people who have unique galleries might just be a little bit more resilient to Matt Smet's unique. Wow, that's nice. To just rolling on to the next season with their classics and going for it. Maybe as a prank situation. There's it. Maybe, you never know. Half a coin, 0.4 a coin. Yeah, it's kind of done now, isn't it? Do you know, I'll put this on screen now, right? But we had my 5-year anniversary on Sorare last week, and we're doing the giveaway for this baddie. To you guys that tuned into that show last week to celebrate 5 years of FC Barcelona, 5 years of Quinny 3001 in Sorare, and we're going to give these away, one of these jerseys, right? But in that stream, we did chat about how I used to give away a spreadsheet for you to kind of monitor your account, your profit and loss. And you guys said you love spreadsheets and you want it back. So we will have that redeveloped and realigned next week at some point. So stay tuned for that video when it comes out. It's a free spreadsheet for you to keep track of your profit and loss. And I'll get that out to you over the next couple of days. But as I went to do an initial kind of open the spreadsheet up, have a look at it again. What fields does it have? What alterations does it need to be valid with the new Sorare, the current Sorare? A big part of that was ETH. Like, nobody's pricing anything in ETH anymore, so all the ETH elements on the spreadsheet are kind of redundant or not necessary, certainly. So yeah, it feels like we're in a new era, Mikey. Yes. Have you got the old one? Or do you want a new one? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, posted in the chat as well. We're getting 4 lineups as well rather than have to unlock the 4th. Nice. Didn't catch that wherever that was revealed. But that's good. So it's just 4. And is that classic or in season, hoodwink, or both? I'm not much of an Excel guy. This spreadsheet was like made for me by someone else already, and I just kind of like put the Sorare logo on it and shared it around, which was good. But yeah, I'm not much of an Excel guy. I see what you did there. Took me a while to keep up with you. But yeah, this was the 5-year anniversary, and we had a question in it. What was my first card? Gabriel Magalhaes' serial number. A lot of nice responses to this one, and yeah, we had the I love a spreadsheet. Simon Crime, Simon CR7, Shime. I don't know what your name is there. Sorry, Simon, but you, Rico Man, were all after it. So it wasn't revealed. I think it was supposed to have been, but was clarified by Momo on Discord from what I saw. Lovely, Josh. Thanks for the intel. Good to see you, Lobs Gaming. And yeah, so what I'm going to do, so 37 out of 100 was the correct serial number for Gab Mag. So what we're going to do is, press the wrong button. Let's go and get the share link for that video. And we're going to go over here and you can see this for yourself, that we'll do this as honestly as possible. Filter comments by 37 out of 100. Show random names, and let's do the timer. Let's do it for 20 seconds. Let's really turn up the sweat on the brow here. 8 entries. Right, so there's 8 of you. We'll still hang about for another 15. I just thought I'd do this now for all you guys that are here and all you guys that entered the competition last week. I'll reach out to you and we'll get this shipped over to you as quick as possible. Yeah, it wasn't clear at all, but was there the whole time. Yeah, hoodwink. So yeah, let me know thoughts and feelings on what we've had come through this week. Certainly, have you been active in the market anyway? I've seen a lot of people picking up different bits and pieces, whether it be rare, super rares, unique. Shezzy, well done, my man. Oh, we're logged in the sales are here. Sorry, I better switch that. Oh, don't need to see. There we go. There's Shezzy there. Boom. Congrats, you won. Where can I reach out to you? Boom. That's that wee bit of housekeeping done. But yeah, let me know what you've been up to. I told you the other day I went and got that Kamavinga. I've been a wee bit busy in the aftermath of that as well. I got a rookie, Cho Chima Fujita. Looks like he's on his way to Besiktas. And I got a Karamoko Dembele finally in from Pavel. So some more wee cards. I should have one of him. So I'm adding a few of them in, and I've been sending some offers as well out there to try and just do a bit of trading, just try and turn some guys into a guy, you know. Take care, 420. You're on a pod. Wait, is it you that's on it? Or are you watching another one? Happy to support anything you're up to, 420. If you're on something, I'll go and check it out myself. By Walter Mads? Nah, mate. He's going to sit on the bench at Bayern. What are you saying? He's going to play on the bench at Bayern. We don't need a Walter Mad. I'm happy I've got my Ben Negren sitting waiting, but Ben Negren. Picked him up for 25 quid on the news. He's up to 40, 50 quid now. And once he starts playing like Kun or Jota, you know, he's going to be wild. Nice, Hoodwink. Hoodwink's going to be picking up some classic champ stuff. How long have we been on for? Where's the 25 minutes? Nah, I think I'll save the topic part for another time. But what I was starting to do myself was a little bit of classic housekeeping. It's very hard to get yourself into the SO7 headspace, because we don't know what the formation is either. How many guys do you actually need? Oh, I'm going to end up just doing it here. I'm going to screw it. Right, let's have a bit of fun for a minute. Number one thing I'm doing at the moment is goalkeeper inventory, right? Because as we're known for saying on this channel, goalkeepers are your ticket into the competition. No goalkeeper, no team. Even if it's a DNP keeper you need to get in, you need a goalkeeper, strictly. So we've got them all bunched up here. Now, the regions will change and stuff, right? But if we have a look at contender, how many keepers do I actually have? So I was planning on actually making it. So Charlie. So we've got Dong. We've got Casper X2 with a handcuff. We've got Jardim. We've got Navas. We've got Mitov and Pau. I'm not sure we can include Pau, so I'm not going to. So we've got Mitov. We've got Oxborough. I think we can include Ox. We've got... I don't want to include O'Hara, McCracken, or Gordon. Nervous on all of them. We've got 2 Baines. Bain X2. And then we have Tanny. And Tanny, guys, is no longer U23 after next week. Time flies. Can you believe we live in a world where Tanny is not U23? So that's 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 Charlie keepers. Pardon me, contender. From Challenger, we've only got Barcast, don't we? Yeah. So we've got Barcast for 11. Right, so non-champ, non-MLS, we have 11 goalkeepers. For champ, I'm hesitating on including Van de Voort because I've heard that Galassi is actually staying. So we won't include Martin right now. But we have Butez, Luis Jr. I don't know if we want to include him, but we've got Stol Dimitrievski, he'll play. We've got Rulli, Vasilj, and All Black. Rulli, Vasilj, All Black with a handcuff. That's 5. All right, so we've got 5 there, assuming Segrist, Killison, Anthony Lopez, and Luis Jr. and Van de Voort. Wow, assuming 6 of these guys don't play, and they might play. Anthony Lopez has been relegated with Nantes. Segrist is at Genoa, not really nailed, but got some minutes. And Van de Voort we know the script for. So yeah, there's like 6 50-50 keepers. And then if we look at MLS, we have a Stefan Fry. We have 3 Sean Johns. We have 3 Matt Freezes. So yeah, that would be 7. And then do we include Barraza? I guess we do. We've got 2 Barrazas. So we've got 9 MLS keepers. Magic. So as it stands right now, I've got 26 reliable, air quotes, goalkeepers for next season. So we're going to have, let's imagine classic, right? We're going to have champ. We need 4 for them. We're going to have all-star. We need 4 for that. And U23, we would only have Van de Voort. So that's 8 that we need right off the bat. We're not going to have any in-season cards until we buy any, obviously. MLS is its kind of own self-contained thing anyway. So we don't need to even think about MLS. We could take that out of the equation so that we're on 17 keepers in Europe. And then we've got arenas and then bleed. Yes, I've probably just about got enough. Well, for the 4 champs, I've got 5 here. Yes, a wee bit tight. So what I was thinking is, do I need to get another keeper in? Champ keeper especially, because I was wondering or fearing, like, some of these guys have not been great. They've not been that reliable. And I've been trying to maybe see if there's another goalkeeper I should be looking to try and trade and bring in. And when I look at the existing collections I've got to kind of tap into, there's Alex Ramiro of Sociedad, who doesn't go for that much. Down to under 50 quid on this version of the card. I'd rather the older version, which seems, kind of harder to get. It's never really for sale. We finished second in the end, sadly, so We only got the $50 out of the Griezmann move. Nice, a wee bit of XP powering up. Yeah, if I do this, maybe. There we go. So it. Yeah, so this collection is never for sale. This Ramiro, it's a bit annoying, to be honest with you. So I'd much rather have that 4% rather than this 3%, but hey ho, whatever. We could get Galassi just to handcuff Van der Voort. We could get another all black. But the one that I thought was, we could go into the Bayern collection as well, I suppose. But one of the ones I thought was the most interesting was Magic Mike. If he's at AC Milan, I don't mind him. But if he does go to like Chelsea or something like that, we don't actually have a Premier League rare goalkeeper. Prem keepers seem to have plummeted. Interesting. Do we know what the City goalkeeper situation actually is for next year? Not many Andersons for sale. I guess they're all locked in the game week or whatever. Oh, good. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, we can add Martin in. Martin might be under. No, he's not. Yeah. Martin might be our under 23 keeper. Ederson confirmed to stay. Brilliant. Yeah. So Ederson and Mignan are the two ones I'm kind of looking at. AC Milan, not in Europe. Ederson is. Ederson's staying on. Yeah, I might try and get Eddie in then. But again, I want that old version. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. What's he actually been trading for? Do we know? Yeah, that's the old version I want. The 70 quid. Is his price went up now that he's confirmed? Is that part of my problem I'm going to face here? Perhaps. But yeah, I've been trying to trade in. Maybe for a Mike. I'll maybe look at Ederson if he's confirmed to stay. Is Ortega Moreno? Is he in that treble winning collection? Yeah, he is. If he gets cheap enough, I'll just pick that up as a wee cheeky handcuff while he's cheap, because you know what these guys are like. They'll play a couple of games quite predictably, and if you've not got them for cheap, you've missed a wee opportunity there. So yeah, might look into that a little bit more. And I was also looking at forwards as well, because I do think I'll probably do this as a proper video later on, a bit more structured. This is just a bit of fun for us. But when I was looking at Champ Euro forward, I was just kind of going through all my different. I was kind of doing a gallery review for myself earlier today and last night, and just looking at, imagine these going over an SO7. Maybe I play triple forward in a team, is what some of the thought experiments I've been taking myself down. What if it is like, yeah, what are the formations? What are the possibilities? How many guys are actually here? Like Sané is going to Turkey, so he won't be champ. Who knows what's happening with Kyogo? Who knows what's happening with Werner? Looks like he's going to MLS. It's probably a bit of a formality. And yeah, it's maybe in Muller. So like, I've not really got much firepower. So I was looking at that also. So yeah, champ forwards. Again, I was kind of scratching through the existing collections. Is there anyone that's like interesting and not that expensive that could make a difference? And I'm seeing news heating up. Our boy here, Zaragoza, is going to be going to Celta Vigo. I think in La Liga, he could do very well at a team like Celta. Celta have just signed Jutla as well, wasn't it? Was it Jutla or... Yeah, it was Jutla. So I think he could do quite good at Celta. 14 quid's maybe a bit punchy for me. Aye. Let's try a wee cheapie. Let's try... $4.38. See what happens. Oh, was that a jersey number? No, I don't think it was it? No, it's not. So I kind of after wee bits and pieces. I think I'll probably put this together in a video a bit better. But yeah, kind of auditing my positions. I'm trying to really scrutinize like what I'm trying to imagine the formations and Flecken, yeah. Conde, yeah, Conde would be a good shout just to handcuff that Luis Jr., wouldn't he? Depends on the price of him. You need to be mad cheap. So I don't really want a Villarreal goalkeeper position. Kind of just wanted that Luis because he was cheap. Yeah, he's not quite cheap enough to handcuff for me. I think Ten Hag will do all right in Germany, by the way. Peter Bosz did very well at Leverkusen for like a season and a bit. I think it's very easy to think Ten Hag could do all right there too for a while. Trying to think. Let me look at my sent offers because I was spamming out some. I tried to get an OG Wirtz in as well after I got that Camavinga. Tried to get Ivan Martin back in. It's not really happened. And I tried for Fatty, who's on his way to Monaco for a wee champ forward. Don't know if he'll play that much, but if he's really worth it. Yeah, defense is really good as well. Service crew. Hinchape. He's a player I've kind of wanted for ages, but he's never like cheap enough whenever I go for him. And the season I want isn't even here. And Chappie's a good shout for defence. So the Joan Garcia is a funny one, right? Because Barca have signed him. They've kind of pulled out all the stops to bring him in. Ter Stegen has been linked with moves away. They have asked Szczesny to stay on. He's not decided yet. So that's a hard one, Rico. If he starts for Barca, he'll be very, very good. I'd probably one in the hand is worth two in the bush, mate. I'd probably just sell him and take the cash, and then decide later what to do with that. So yeah, that means Zaragoza. If we could get that cheap, I wouldn't mind that. Vicario down to 77. Yeah, I'm kind of more interested in making sure I tap into the guys I've got at my disposal already. Guys I like, I know a bit about. Guys that fit an existing collection, hopefully. It's not a must, but it's a hopefully. If Ter Stegen was cheaper, I would probably take a punt on him leaving. Big fan of Ter Stegen. Classic's no bad, by the way. I'd rather have Magic Mike at that price, but and yeah, this Barca collection, I wouldn't mind adding a wee piece or two in. Some of the star names are a wee bit out my reach, but seeing Fatty go to Monaco is kind of fun, isn't it? Danny Olmo in collection isn't bad either. Two Dannies are better than one, maybe. Also don't mind the idea of a Ferran forward, but no paying 20 quid for it. Yeah, that could happen too. Shezzy, good to see you, mate. Now, I've seen that you've just actually DM'd me on Twitter, but what I need you to do, first of all, mate, is see the YouTube comment I've sent you, saying that you won. I need you to respond to that from the same YouTube account, confirming the Twitter handle, just so that I know somebody's not at it, mate. Looks like the right person and all that, but I just need you to answer my question, Twitter, and give me the handle, and then I know that's all good. We can get that shipped out to you, mate. We'll make the newly promoted teams far more appealing. I got a down with the rumours he could be going back to Portugal. That's a good one. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at some of this. I'm not really strengthening any more of the Celtic stuff. That's pretty much all there. MLS is more than done. I really shouldn't even have bored with MLS this year, but I couldn't help myself with hot streaks and 3D cards and some good credits kind of unlocked and loaded in the wallet. But yeah, I wouldn't mind Ederson if I could get him at one of those fees he was at when he was Saudi bait. But otherwise, yeah, I might just go back for that Magic Mike. Because it's one thing like goalkeepers, and again, we'll talk about this more in the video. This is more just for us that are hanging out on a Friday night. Goalkeepers are your ticket entry, but also see, especially with SO7 and stuff like that, like having quality choice goalkeepers is going to be a flex, is going to be a tactical point. Like the problem I had in Champ last year was I only had really Arsenal until I turned him into Butes and Oblak, and everyone else was a bit meh. And those guys, like if they didn't do great, you weren't going to go too far. So I think goalkeepers, especially if the free conceded thing goes away, there's a lot more value into getting a good one, I think, now. Just seems to be sneaky ones in here, but yeah, not too much. Yes, I'm probably quite besotted with the Magic Mike. We might go after that again with some trade. We've got a wee bit of cash in the wallet there as well. But yeah, that's my main considerations, I think, for the most part. Again, when I was doing this kind of stuff, I was looking at all the positions, midfield, defence, forward, trying to imagine what formation in SO7s could be in different, like how many good teams can I stretch this across or whatever. Some of the guys are obviously unknown futures. They might transfer. Somebody like Tierney's obviously left the region and whatnot, but I don't think the defence is super good. But I think I've got enough okay guys. Could do an Nchapi would be nice to add in, wouldn't it? And in midfield, I think we've added some good quality this season. Maybe could do with like one more guy. If everyone's fit, if O'Reilly gets a good transfer, that would be nice. I think Kunku gets a nice transfer, that'd be nice, you know, but oh, brilliant. Brilliant, Shezzy. I'll check that out. We'll hook up and get that sorted for you, mate, ASAP. Yeah, just try and have a wee gallery review for myself. Also, we can do that together if you're a channel member. Next week, we'll get that scheduled. But yeah, I think that's about the size of it for me. Doing a wee bit more trading, a wee bit more hustling, trying to just round off those edges, make my SO7 teams extra sexy. Speaking of extra sexy, so tempted on a Poly P. Harry was trying to talk me off the ledge with it. £100 is a bit much in it, but yes, Poly P. None of these are bots either, so there's no real chance to negotiate with terrorists here, is there? He's got a big gallery. He's probably not too concerned with trading. This guy might do a deal. Nice. Wow, this guy's gallery is fucking massive. Transfer Sorare. Pervy. I don't know about where you're from, but if your name is Pervy, where I'm from. Yeah, I think it's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? I think the formation will be goalkeeper, 2D, 2M, forward, and then flex. So what would that be? 1, 5, 6. Do you think so? No potential for triple forward, do you think then? I was thinking, what if they do goalkeeper 1, 1, 1 all the way up, and then it's flex? I don't know. Are there any dodgy Saudi teams that have keepers might be coming back? I don't think so, mate. No, it's not been confirmed, Josh. They just said this is just a placeholder graphic. Formation still to be decided, which is why gallery reviews and lineup building stuff is a little bit harder right now as well, especially when we're talking about classic cards, which is what everyone wanted to talk about the other night when we done it. So it's like, oh, do you need actually now more forwards than before? Do you need more defenders now than before? It's a tough one to weigh up until we've got those extra details. But yeah, I'm quite happy to like Zubeldia, like these guys that are just nominally priced, like get them in the club. Let's just round off some edges and let's make sure we've got all the quality options we want available to us. Plectromax. Wonder if do you think we'll get this Brian for cheap? You need a flex keeper and a flex forward. Imagine playing double goalkeeper. Nah, it's just that one that's on. I don't know. You think that'll happen? Free goalkeepers and such. I still kind of want Fatty, but I'm not sure I want to spend on Fatty. A clean sheet dilemma would be wild. I had the feeling they're going to include a new league in the game, and it could only be the Saudi league. Joe, I was feeling that from the podcast with Nicholas and Dan. I felt Saudi was on the wall. Writing was on the wall for it. But with some of the stuff they said since, I kind of doubt it. I think the kind of licensing stuff they're waiting for is Serie A and Liga, or maybe all of Portugal or Denmark or some crazy stuff like that might happen. But yeah. Hi, I think that's about all she wrote for me, guys. Smegma, good to see you. Good to see you, my man. Ugh, big stretch. Friday night, man. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And yeah, really buzzing with the Camavinga, by the way. I still can't believe I got it. There's only 9 of these. I've got a wee list here of OG Wonder Kids, but I think I might change it and just really like thin the herd. Because like maybe Lennon Miller can be added in later once he's like a GOAT. It's not really the first words. Josco, I love that, but it's not really a culty card, is it? The same way that like Tani, Cherky, Van der Voort, Camavinga are. Just added those last 2 guys in just for fun, but I'm not sure if we keep Kang in. It's not working. Still showing them all now. Must be some sort of wee glitch. But yeah, they're the ones that are like Grail cards, I would maybe call them. Cherky, Van der Voort, Camavinga, Tani. Maybe not Tani, but yeah, maybe not Tani. Still in Japan. Yeah, we've got 3 of them. 3 Grail cards. I wonder what we could fill a 5 with. No, it would maybe 7 now, wouldn't it? Could maybe add some of these guys back in, but genuinely, that's maybe something we'll have as a fun kind of video. Who are the Grail cards? Do you reckon the smartest play next season when having a Bundy Classic gallery on a low budget is to play Champ Euro? Yeah, I think it kind of is, mate. I think that's the only place to win your champion cards in season. And if it is full Bundesliga, maybe just take the fixture correlation for what it is. I don't think the Bundesliga really has many island game weeks, the same way that we see Serie A and Ligue 1 do on occasion. So there's not too much of a differential element there with just being on the fixture calendar that they have. But yeah, I think that's the main move, mate. Get your in-seasons as quick as you can and then go after the in-season comp. Let's try for this Magic Mike again. What was the last offer we sent for Mike? Did I even send an offer for Mike? Oh, no, I don't think I did. Don't think we did. Right, so Magic Mike. Let's try and get a wee offer in. Trader's got one, doesn't he? Yeah, Pug. And Egg Swap Bot. Nice. So let's see who's available. Samu, Roberto, Maxi, Misa, Gregor. Do we maybe just throw all these wee bits of bobs at it? So 2-5, 2-4, 2-3, 2-8, 3-5. No, it's not even quite getting to 4, that is it? Who did I miss on the last one? I thought I had an idea of. Is it maybe throwing a Balaquisha at this? I'd rather keep Balaquisha in case we still sign him. And then 12 quid. I need to do some maths on the calculator before we do this. When do you guys think is the best time to buy Champ Classic cards? As cheap as I don't think there's going to be a better time or a worse time necessarily. I think you really need to know individual targets and really just try and find one at a price that works for you. I've never really spent too much brain power on the price I'm buying stuff beyond the basis of, am I happy to pay this? Okay. So let's take away Boyle and Devlin. What did we get to there? Amisa plus Gregor plus O'Hara plus, what's that, 0068? That should be a nice wee chunk for him. Let's maybe reduce that to 7. Give it a try. If he doesn't take it, we'll try that with Egg Swap Bot. I think with some prices, it's like, where do they go from here? See Mignan, if he drops to 50 quid, I don't care. You know, I really don't care. I'm not going to be selling him anytime soon. It's just more the case of, I could have only spent 50 quid on that guy rather than 80. So I think you really need to have but when I showed you guys Pogba, you were all, it's too much. There are better players at that price, and you're right. You know, so it's that kind of thing. You just really need to target ID, talent ID, the specific guys you want, have a kind of budget on where they should be, try and get them under. But it's a buyer's market as well. So I don't think you've got the same time pressure. That's why I'm saying about price. I'm not, there may be a bit of it if somebody makes a really good move and their price moves up, you might miss a wee bit of something, but I don't think it's that great. Depends on the player we're talking about. Negren's doubled in price, but I think that's a special move, isn't it? It's a high caliber SO5 player going to Celtic with good pedigree with Jota and Kuhn that guys like him will rip. But in terms of the drop as well, it is a buyer's market, so prices will continue to kind of be suppressive. But it's just about you buying at the best point for you. Yeah, I don't think any of us are, Tim, for the most part, but I don't really think about it beyond that. My budget is 50 quid. Who's the best guy I can get for 50 quid? If that 50 quid guy a month later, a week later, a day later becomes 25, my main regret is normally just, I could have waited and saved rather than, I can't believe I did that, And depends on the value, the volume of money that we're talking about here. It's not always the end of the world, Like if somebody's 80 quid and they become 60, who really cares? I think, again, as well, I think when it comes to classic, you kind of need to know what you're buying. Like Joachima Fujita for 8 quid, Zubeldia a quid. Like some of these guys, their price won't really go up too much unless they become rippers. Will their price go down more? It's very feasible. But the ones that you can accept the price going down on a bit easier is your De Bruynes, your high level guys that you know are going to be top SO7 picks, because now it's SO7, your quality of depth needs to be visible, needs to be seen. Yeah, I think it's a good sign for sure. I quite like the positivity that came out of that. But although, the unique thing's still a weird one. But I like the fact that there's big cash going out there, and if there is 25k available for winning it, that's like the biggest prize I think they've ever had, like cash pot wise. You know, sitting on the podium, guaranteed payout. Obviously, you need the cards to get that payout, but all the same, positive sign I would suggest. Yeah, classic smashers are. If you can get one at a good price, I wouldn't hesitate too much if they fit your club. You've got a collection on the go, they fit your strategy. Even as a market play, like the top 1% of guys will be viable, will be useful. Some of them are still transfer bait. You still need to see where some guys are going to, where the chips will lie with them coming into the new season. But for ones that are known elements, I wouldn't hesitate too much. You could buy Perisic for that price. Perisic is apparently linked to Barca. Who would you rather have, Perisic or Rashford? I know who I'm picking. Perisic for the price of who? 20 quid. Oh, he signed a new contract. Very good. Oh yeah, that's Croatia, obviously, but old gold, baby. Old gold. Nice. 2027. Jesus, well done to Perisic. These Croatian lads, by the way, they fucking go, don't they? Evan Ferguson linked to PSV as well as Sondre Orjaster, who was linked to Celtic from Sarpsborg in January. So PSV making some moves. And I see like Fatty, like Brian Zaragoza. I like keeping my ear to the ground on like, oh, he could be a good... Oh, do you know what one I liked a lot? Sulemana. Sulemana to Atalanta could be brilliant. If he's really cheap, I'm buying one. Oh yeah, 9 quid. Do I really want it that much? Nah, probably not. But I'm going to keep that in the back of my head. RB and Bremen. Watch out for RB. A lot of transfer activity there this summer. Xavi Simon's expected to leave. Go away, Dean Iverson. You're not taking Rashford over Perisic. Xavi Simon's to leave, Openda to leave, and maybe a wee bit of the old guard. Galashi, Orban, and Klosterman were rumoured to go. Not happened yet. Let's see. So yeah, watch out for RB. Might be a lot of attrition. Might be a lot of turnover for them. And we had anything this game week kind of start already? Not so sure. MLS guys all play Sunday night. Sunday. All into Sunday night. Or Sunday morning, potentially Saturday night. Oh, we lost that clean sheet. Great. Love it when that happens. And none there, nothing there. Yeah, bit of a quiet Friday. Yes. Yang Gang founder, I'm guessing you're a Celtic fan. And if you're asking me if I've ever heard of Ollie Antman, what you need to do is jump over to Satara here, hit on the playlist button, Summer Scouting Series. You want to find the Eredivisie video, Utrecht was episode 9. Watch that, and then you'll know if I've heard of Antman. Orban is staying. Yeah, I think yeah, the Hungarians have maybe stayed on a wee bit. But yeah, check that video out. Yang Gang founder, which may be me actually. Is this my alt account? Guys, I've had a good fun with these on a Friday. I thought we'd have maybe a wee bit more to chew over from the announcement, but it was quite smooth sailing. I recommend you all listen to the podcast as we mentioned with the subs. There's a wee bit more info on that one. And again, we're thinking about, is it going to be in-season subs? Is that 6th slot? Do we buy more in-season cards? A wee bit more food, a wee bit more chewing over to be done on this one. I'll be back Monday, certainly. We'll do some members action Monday. And we'll pick up from where we've left off today. I did an airdrop for all the members as well. So we've had some cards given out. I agree. Check the video out. You'll like it. Trust me. I feel like SO7 will reward consistency. Yeah, well, I think it'll be undervalued. Like, see Sorare back in the day. One smasher was enough. And over time, that's changed. And I think this SO7 might give it a soft reset. And I've seen this to Harry, I think, somewhere, not the deadline show last night, but maybe last week. But I think, like, the overall, like, what would you say that now you need as an average score? Like, an average of 75 to get, like, a really good prize, to get really high on the leaderboard? I think maybe it might be an average of 59 or something like that when you add in the extra 2 spots. I think it will bring down the average card score for success, if that's the right way of phrasing it. Yeah, I've only listened to it once. I've not had a chance to properly scrutinise everything that they've said and went over. Sub player with a handicap, yeah, so it might like cost you 10 points, or you might lose your captain's armband, or you might get like a minus 10% on your win. You know, they're doing all these positive things for having uniques and all that other caper. They might do a minus 10%. Or something like that. So they're obviously trying to chew it over and work out what to do. But it feels like that sub thing, it will be a mainly 6th slot. If we're thinking about how they're thinking right now, it's probably going to be an in-season element as well. So that will kind of factor into the headache of the classic smasher and these types of things, you know. A reset in the Sorare arms race. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But yeah, looking forward to catching up with this and hopefully a little bit more. I think Sorare probably, you know, their announcements tend to be, I would be surprised if we're sitting at this time next week and we have the prize pools, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's keep our ear to the ground. Let's keep notifications turned on for the channel and for Sorare. And next time something drops, we'll be back. We'll also have a lot of stuff recorded and coming out on the channel throughout the summer as we keep rolling on. We keep marching on as well. Of course, thanks to everyone who's tuned in live or after we've been live. Fist bump to you. Please hit the subscribe button. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck with the game week. Stay out of trouble. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Satara.